Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm in my husband's study, or otherwise known as the teddy bears room. Behind me you see a bunch of teddy bears. This room is full of bears. And it's also the place where my husband works. And my table in the living room is completely full of junk. I have to clean it out, and I'm too lazy to do it right now. So I decided to just come in here, retreat into the study. It's nice and quiet in here, and I can pull some cards and give you an update on everything that's going on. So I'm using the Gilded Tarot, and I've been watching quite a few readers on YouTube, and a lot of them are saying that there's going to be something big happening on the 4th. That's tomorrow. So today's the 3rd, so tomorrow's the 4th. And I already pulled on Anonymous and saying that Anonymous was going to come out with something pretty big. Still skeptical about Anonymous itself, but the cards tend to indicate that that this is all going to be okay. That this is that Anonymous is going to come out with something big, or that something big is actually just going to come up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I get the same kind of result that a lot of the other readers have been getting as far as what's going on with tomorrow, with what's going to happen with the 4th of July. I've talked to several people. Some of them have said they're not going to celebrate tomorrow. They're not in the mood. They don't feel like that they have the freedoms to do so. And, you know, I'm drawn back to when I was a kid, and we used to go to Iowa in the summer, and we would do the 4th of July parade, and we would always have a good time with that, and it was always something fun that we would do. And, you know, the fact that you can't really do it now, it just kind of feels really sad that people don't feel their heart's not into it anymore. And it's really sad. And hopefully if things get kind of fixed up there and things get back to some semblance of normalcy, if you will, maybe people will feel more motivated to celebrate the day, as opposed to staying at home and drowning themselves in chocolate sundaes. So I'm going to see, is there something big coming on the 4th of July? Are we looking at something big coming on the 4th of July? Is something big, some big news going to happen or break on the 4th of July? Let's see what we got here. Okay. Okay. They're telling me to stop. And the card that I get is the Fool. And the Fool is like stepping off a cliff, and kind of not knowing where you're going, or, you know, what's going to happen to you, you know, when you get there. But the Fool is a card that is, sometimes it is implied that the person who is doing it is kind of just blindly surging forward to see what will happen. And I think that in this instance, I think that we are, in some instances, it seems like we are all on a fool's journey, if you will. We are willing to, you know, walk forward, jump off that cliff to see if the parachute opens and see where it is we end up. But I think in this instance, I think that this is this is what we're stepping into. We're in the unknown. This is something we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know where it's going to lead us and what's going to come about. So the Fool is that card of really the unknowing, or not knowing where you're going. And I think that in this instance that it's a very telling card. It does have, you know, it does tell something that otherwise might not give us any indicators. But this is our situation right now. We are on that journey where we are walking towards something, and we don't yet know what it is. Crossed with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, the Queens. This card has shown up quite a few times in my readings, and the Queen of Pentacles is that logic based, kind, loving based, feminine energy, and I do believe that the feminine is going to win out in the day. I mean, it's just, but she is, I think that there's a sense of logic that kind of coincides with her. She is strong when she needs to be strong, but also logical, and um, she knows what she needs to do. And a lot of times they say that the kings are the external, what people are doing, the actions that people take, and the queen is the internal, like the internal feelings that people have with regards to what's going on. I'm going to close the window just a second. The other side. Okay. So it's really easy because it's like right here. So the queen is really the this energy, this feminine energy that is logic. She knows what she has to do and she's not afraid to do it. She's just stepping forward in her own power and doing it. Um, the basis of the situation, or the base of the situation, is the Knight of Pentacles. Lots of Pentacle energy here. I'm not exactly 100% sure what the Knight of Pentacles signifies on the surface, but I get the feeling that anytime you're dealing with Pentacles, you're dealing with physical stuff, physical things like votes or voters or documents, information, money. All of those things are kind of encompassed or embodied in this suit. And I think that what is going on here is that the Knight of Pentacles, again, just beneath the queen, we've got the page, and then we have the knight, and then we have the queen and the king. That's how they're sorted in the tarot deck. But the fact that these two cards are coming in at the same, just right next to each other, one after the other, it kind of says something about a lot of information that may be coming forward, a lot of things that may be coming out, and the queen is the internal, how people deal with it internally. Whereas the king is like the external, what the king does, his reactions, and and where he sits and what he's doing, and the knight is just below all of that, and it's sort of this underlying energy that is, being it's just the underlying energy that is kind of there. Excuse me. Um, what is behind you or the immediate past is the lovers. Okay, I mean, we had in the past, we had the love, we had the people, you know kind of kissing each other's whats, and going in and doing all this stuff. I'll scratch your back if you scratch my back. It's sort of that implication that something is that these people are like working together, and they're like tit for tat. A lot of I'll scratch your back, you scratch my back, and everything's like, la, 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 la. And I think that this card kind of indicates that this is how it was. This is how things were, that people were doing this. I'll scratch your back, you scratch my back. But I don't know if that's necessarily the case anymore. I think there's a lot of betrayals, and there's a lot of that Three of Swords energy where you have the betrayal, you have the stabbing in the back, you have all this stuff going on. But this card is actually where it started, because it's like keep your friends close and your enemies closer, or keep your enemies close and your friends closer. I don't know what the quotation is at this point, but it's kind of that sort of energy where you have, in the past, you have the people like getting together and saying, yeah, we're bosom buddies, and we're like just compadres and stuff, and we're just all together, and stuff like that. And then something happens, and then the love affair is over, that this has come to an end, and it's done, and dusted. The over the the overhanging energy is the hangman. This is the uncertainty, and this is the thing that the overarching energy is, what is, the uncertainty. What's going to happen when all this information comes to light? What is going to happen? Where are we going to be as a society, as a people? Where are we all going to be during this kind of situation, and how are we going to get through it? And so there's all these questions that are being raised with regards to this card. What what is going to happen next? Where are we going next? And this is all the questions and the uncertainty and the oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? Well, how are we going to get through this? So that's what comes next. The immediate future is the Ten of Cups. This is your happy families. This is your happy people. So whatever happens with regards to tomorrow, the outcome, the immediate future is going to be this. This is going to, you're going to be the happy people. You're going to be the happy people who are like, we're fighting for the rights. We're fighting for all of these things, and this is a very positive card. This is something that this is what we find as a fulfillment. We are fulfilled by this, and there is a fulfilled sense about it. So, the emotions, your hopes and fears, is the Three of Pentacles. Again, Pentacles energy. Again, the fear of information coming forward, perhaps. Um, the fact that the information is there, that it is going to be coming forward. And look at this guy. He's proudly showing what he's got here. I mean, he has a small smile on his face. He seems pleased with what he's done. He's happy with what he's done. But this could be the anonymous people. This could be Elon Musk. This could be any group of people that are coming out with information and saying, yeah, this is what's going to happen. And I can't believe I said that Ratvink's name, but at any rate, but this could be any of those people who are coming out with information and saying, "Yeah, I've got this information, and I'm not afraid to show it." Um, but I'm going to say this straight up: the enemy of my enemy is not my friend. Okay, so I do not necessarily see the people who are representative in this card as being my friend. They are just simply the people who are coming out with information and they are bringing it forward. And before I go on, this is for entertainment only. So if you take this as an actual prediction of the future, I don't know what to tell you. This is just entertainment. This is just me playing with cards, but hoping that I'm learning something as I go along here. So this is the person or persons that are bringing forth that information, and this is how I see the card. How others see you, there you go. The Devil card. How do we see? How do some people see these groups that are coming out with all this information? They're seeing it in the devil energy. They're swimming in this devil energy because a lot of times people are saying, "Oh, well, we've got why aren't people coming out with this information now? Are they waiting to write a book about it? Are they waiting to make some kind of profit off of it?" I mean, this is what really grates my gears as far as information is concerned. A lot of people are willing to sacrifice everybody and everything so that they can make a quick buck by writing a book. And I know that books are important and writing books are like important. I'm a writer myself. So, yeah, writing is kind of second nature to me. But I'm not going to hold off on writing something and or publishing something just for the sake of making money if the information that I have is as damaging as some of the information may appear to be. So, yes, I think that this is very, very telling. How others see these people, the devil energy. Why didn't they come through forward with it for earlier? Where is the information? Why isn't it there? And why are we sitting here stewing in our juices about all this stuff when you know what's going on, when you have all that information? So this is what people are thinking. Where are these people and why didn't they come out with it earlier? Um, hopes and fears is the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is like it signifies the beginning. And look at these hands. They are cradling this wand, but they're not really touching it. So it's like they want to protect it, but they don't want to touch it. And I think that that is a very telling kind of scenario. A lot of people, they know that this stuff is there. They know the information is there, but yet they don't want to go there. And I think that this is a signifier of a lot of the people and a lot of what they think about, what's going on and stuff. So yeah, I think that this card is, yeah, it's in a good position here. But this is their hopes and this is hopes and fears, and this is what people are wishing for. They're wishing for a new beginning. They're wishing for a new start. The final outcome, another Ace of Swords. This is the sword of truth. Whatever happens, the truth is going to emerge. It doesn't matter when, where, how, or the who, what, when, where, why, or how. They just know that the truth is going to emerge, that this is going to come out, and that people are going to see this for what it is and say, yeah, this is the truth. And I think that the realization of the truth is really, is really what's going on. This combined with this, these two cards, aces, signify a new beginning. They signify something. This signifies the truth. The wand signifies something else. I think it's the emotions of what's going on. I think people are really emotionally, they're spent and they're ready for a new start. I think that's where those cards come in. So I've got the cards here. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle again, and I'm going to see how we are feeling after this, all of this news comes out. How are we going to feel as people after all this news comes out? Where are we, where are we going to be in terms of, oops, card has fallen. What is it? The moon, howling at the moon. Yeah. Where are we going to be after all this news comes to light? How are we going to feel, and what is our state going to be? Okay, let me just do this here, because I don't want the cards to end up falling. Okay, my cards are all mixed up, but I don't read reversals, but if the card comes out reversed, then I would just turn it back over, because I don't read reversals. I am really not a expert in this field here, but we'll see what happens. I don't feel like going through the cards and turning them back up and upright and everything. I may have to do that anyway, because these cards are like slippery and they're falling all over the place. Okay. So yeah, so here we go. Let me just go through these here, and I'll just tell you that I think that tomorrow, I don't know how significant tomorrow is going to be in with regards to what is happening, but I do think that the energies are kind of telling us that, yeah, something is coming up, that there is going to be some things happening. Oh, all of the cards that are turned around, ironically, are the same cards that I just pulled. So, yeah, Ten of Pentacles, Six of Cups, yeah. All of these cards that got turned around, that were reversed in the thing, they're all the cards that were, they were all the cards that I pulled for that last read. So, that's kind of funny. So, here we go. Okay, there. Now they're all. But yeah, that was kind of funny. Because I said, yeah, some of the cards got reversed, but they were all the exact same cards that I just pulled for the last read. So, really funny. But at any rate, so the next read will be, where are we going? What is going to happen with us? How are we going to feel after everything is done tomorrow? How are we going to feel after, after the 4th? If the information does come out that that things are what they are, how are we going to feel in that instance? So I do have my poster out here, because it's like, so that I don't mess up with the with the read. But anyway, so how are we going to feel tomorrow? How are we going to feel after tomorrow, after everything's done? King of Swords just come out. Oh my God, say pop him back in. Pop him back into the deck, because if he's meant to come up, he'll come up when I pull the card. That's what they're telling me. So I'm getting better at listening to my guides, and I'm hoping that you know, that things will get better, just knowing that I am listening to them and heeding what they suggest. Oh, the Hangman again. Judgment. These cards do shuffle well, even if they are a little slippery. Now, some of the readers have been using this new deck, Oracle deck, with like people on it, and it's kind of a dark deck, and I think it's very cool. But I don't do Etsy. I haven't ordered anything on Etsy, and I won't buy anything on Amazon anymore because I don't like promoting or helping someone pay for their gazillion-dollar wedding thing, whatever. I just don't want to do it. So I've been predominantly buying stuff on eBay through Marketplace on eBay. So that's where I do my purchasing anymore. But at any rate, so where are we going to be tomorrow after all of this is said and done? Stop. Okay, I'll stop. Well, Five of Swords. I was overtired. I always seem to focus here on the man back here, where you've got some schmuck here holding everything, and you've got this guy in the back who's basically holding onto his flag and not really knowing what to do. So I think we're going to be in a sort of a state of not knowing what's going on or not knowing what to do, because you've still got these people in power who are, doing things. This isn't going to change the power structure in the U.S., okay? I mean, it's just not. The same people are going to still be in charge. They're still going to be doing their thing, and we're going to still be dealing with it. So that is what I get from there. It's crossed with the Ace of Swords. Again, the sword of truth. The truth about these guys is going to come out. Okay, we know that the things that they are doing is going to come out, and I think it's going to be a huge relief to us. This was the outcome by the last read, and now it's crossing what's going on. So that is, yeah. So the Ace of Swords is that truth. It is the bearing of truth. It is, the truth about these people, about what they're doing, and their impact. The underlying issue is the Ace of Cups. Another ace. We got another beginning, another start. And I'm looking at the cycle of the moon and how that impacts the way things are going. People are saying astrologically things are coming to a head because there's Mercury retrograde and some of these other things going on. I know diddly squat about astrology, but I do know that the energies are saying that this is that something big is coming because of the astrological significance of it. So I will respect that, and I will say, yeah, it is, because the energy feels that way. And so you've got a new beginning, but another ace. What is behind you is the Emperor. Okay, this is the signifier of the leadership, and of what the leadership is doing, and how the leadership is kind of handling everything. And this is this card signifies that that this is the person of the past. That is in the position of the past. So this is the I believe this is the leadership in the U.S. and where they were in the past, and how strong and upright they were in the past, as opposed to what they are now. It's a beautiful card. The crowning of this reading is the Four of Swords, and what comes to mind here is the readiness, that people are ready to fight. And this guy's laying there, and he's got his hand reaching for the handle of the sword. So he's ready. He's got a sword. He's not afraid to use it, and he's going to use it if he needs to. And this is kind of the overarching energy. What we are like swimming in right now is this: we are willing to fight, because what have we got to lose? Because we've lost so much already. What is about to happen, the immediate future? chaos, Five of Wands. David and Gary call this the Hillbilly Brawl card. This is the brawl. This is what's coming. This is what we've got coming. You've got the people who are on one side, and you got the people in power, and you've got this, they're willing to fight here, and then this is the actual fight. This is what's coming. There is still a fight ahead, and there's still a challenge ahead, and people know it, and it's going to create chaos. And when news comes out or when information comes out, I mean, because we're talking about tomorrow, so tomorrow something's going to happen, and this is this is going to be an immediate aftermath of whatever happens tomorrow. At least that's what the cards are saying. I don't know if it truly is entertainment only, but yeah, this is what's saying. Um, the emotional concerns is the Three of Wands, and this card, um, this guy is looking out from the shoreline at a boat or ship, and he's holding a wand, and there's two wands behind him. Now, I don't know exactly what this card signifies because I've never pulled it. So this is like me flying by the seat of my pants here with regards to it. But what I see is above him, there's this bird of peace, the dove of peace here, or seagull or something, but it's a white bird. To me, the white bird always signifies the peace, the calm before the storm, if you will. And I think that this guy is looking out across the water and seeing this sort of calm that's going on right now, and wondering how long will this calm last? How long will this ship be safe? And will it come into harbor? And the thoughts that are going through his mind could be centered on how long will this calm last, and will it be a lasting calm? And that's the feel that I get from it. That's just the feel that I get. I don't know. I may have to look up in the book to see exactly what the card means, but the feel that I get, the energy that I feel about it, is that this is a calm before the storm, or this calm, how long will it last? How other people see you is the Queen of Pentacles. This is, again, the Queen of Pentacles showed up in the other read, and she is that logic. She is that person. Look how she's holding the pentacle, and how she's saying, she's looking like, she's like, I know what's going on. I know logically what is happening. And, and this is my feel about it. This is where I'm at about it. Hopes and fears is the Empress. And this isn't about Mother Russia. This is about the rebirth of the country, of the state of things, and how things are in reference to the current events, what's really happening, what's going on. So the Empress is that rebirth, that feel that something is going on and something is happening, and that she is there to help guide us through it. And the final outcome is the King of Swords. He popped out when I shuffled, and I said, if my guides want him out, he'll come out. Well, here he is. The King of Swords is, I don't see this as the current state of things, because I see all the swords energy as being people willing to fight, and people willing to, go to the mattresses, to coin the phrase from The Godfather. These are people that are willing to fight for what they feel is right, and what they feel is the best outcome for their people, for their country, for their community. And so this is the willingness, I think, that people have to go and continue to fight. So that's what I got with us, or with where we're going. I don't want to say that these are not optimistic cards, and I don't want to say they're pessimistic cards. I think they're kind of in limbo. I think we're kind of sitting in limbo with all of this. I'm going to pull one more card just to see if that feeling of limbo is right. And I got the Three of Swords. So the swords energy, the betrayal, you know, the treason, all of this stuff. I think that what I think is happening is I think that this stuff is going to come to light. Things are coming to light, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 swords cards in this read in the spread, and then you've got the Three of Swords popping up. And I think that what is really happening is that people are going to wake up and they're going to see what's going on and they're going to say, we don't like this. We don't like what's happening and we're not happy with it. And I think that that's very telling. One more. The Page of Wands. And it starts with the youth. It starts with the young people. People say, oh, they're so idealistic and stuff like that. Well, the young people are the idealists. And the young people are the ones who know what they want and they know what they feel and think. So, yes, this is the young people. And finally, the Two of Cups. Coming together, looking at each other and seeing each other for who we are and seeing what we are as a society, as people, and going forward with the knowing that we are on the right track and that we are doing what's best, not only for ourselves, but also for our people, for our, for our society, for our communities, for our country. And so that's where we're at. So that is what I got for you today. Yeah, it's kind of a long read here. I kind of all over the place a little bit, but I think that the whole idea with the cards is that people are waking up. And, people are saying, oh, well, when are they going to wake up? When are they going to wake up? People are waking up. It may take a little time, but the best way, and this is what I've heard in many instances, is the best way to defeat a cult or to overcome a cult of personality is through the inside out. How many times have you watched documentaries from people who have experienced these kind of things, and they are the ones who actually expose it for what it is? Most of the people who are not involved with it see it for what it is. But the best way for it to come to light and for people to actually see what is going on is through their what is it? The best way for them to see what's going on is through their own experiences. And I think that this is what a lot of these people are recognizing. They're coming to this point, they're reaching this juncture where they're saying, we've been conned. We've been, taken advantage of. We've been used. And we don't like that feeling of being used. And until more people start to kind of see that and kind of recognize it, then they won't say anything until something affects them directly. And it's kind of selfish. I mean, people are in general can be very selfish, especially when it comes to something like this. When they see things start to affect them and affect their livelihoods and affect their lifestyles and affect their just their way of being, then that is when they open their eyes and they see it for what it is. But the problem is too few people have been doing this. And I think that in time, I think people are going to start looking at this stuff and saying, you know what, we're tired of it. We don't want it anymore. We don't want to be put in this position where we have to defend a person who is indefensible. And this is something that I think people are coming to the realization about. And this is where we are. This is what we are in essence dealing with. And I think that in time, I think people are going to recognize it for what it is. And I think that when it happens, people are going to get so angry and they're going to get so upset that the Five of Wands energy is going to emerge and it's going to go completely bonkers. And that's what I think is going to happen. And I think that this realization, that's why we had all this swords energy. And we have all this energy where people are angry and they're frustrated and they're like dealing with all of this. And they're saying, you know what? We just don't want to deal with it anymore. We're tired. And I think that's where we're going. And I think that's where we're at. And it has to happen from inside. The destruction of this ideology has to come from inside. It has to come from within that movement, because the people outside of that movement are considered the enemy by these people. That is what it is. That is what people, that's how they define it. They see us as the enemy of their ideology, of their existence, of their way of being. And the reality is, we aren't the enemy. We are the truth tellers. We are the ones who are saying, this is what is going on. And when people recognize this as being the truth, it will be very, very hard for them to come out and say, I was wrong. People do not admit that they are wrong very often. They don't like to. They see it as a sign of weakness. But the reality is, guess what? We are always wrong at one point or another in time. We're not always going to be right. I'm not always going to interpret these cards completely accurately. My physical being may come in and say, this is not right, this is not right, this is not right. Where my guides are saying, Yvette, it is right, it is right, it is right. Stop thinking on the physical sense of it and look at the cards for what they are saying. That will happen. I will be wrong. People will be wrong. Intuitives will be wrong. And it's not a weakness. It is just what it is. We are not always 100% right. And they have to recognize that in admitting that they are not right is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of maturity. Because when you admit that you are wrong or that you made a mistake, then you grow from that. And right now, there are a lot of people who have stunted their growth because they're not willing to say they are wrong. And when people start to see that they are wrong, and they start to acknowledge it and embrace it, then that is where the growth comes. That is when people start to grow. So I've waffled on long enough. I'm going to close for now. I hope you have a wonderful day. This is probably the longest video I've done to date. But I think that it's important, and I think the messages are important, what is being conveyed to me about acknowledging when we make mistakes, and that being human means that we will ultimately make mistakes. And it is what it is. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing, subscribing, commenting. I love the comments. I try to answer everyone's comments when they post stuff, but sometimes I'm a little bit late. So you probably, if you comment on the videos and then check back in a few days, because I usually do try to come back and make a comment or two. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And as always, namaste.